bring you tonight into Portland over the Burnside Bridge on a gorgeous evening here in the Pacific Northwest. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday night action right here on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Lillard.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA?
Blazers coach Terry Stotts had previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but it was as an assistant coach in Dallas, where he helped win the 2011 title, that he rejuvenated his career. Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity, but after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach in Portland.
The players love him. Thank you, David. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Baisley in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Hood, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. Now here's Lillard. The pass to Hood. Pass to Anthony. Let's go, and that's off the glass and in.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. Ball against Lillard. Adams dishes to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, that's one thing Melo has always been able to do. Use his strength to overpower you and get the advantage.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ball against Lillard. Paul's shot is off.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
The first one falls.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
He's off on the second. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so just over a minute and a half played. It's stolen by Adams.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. To the right side. Here's Baisley. He's covered by Whiteside. And Adams with the slam.
Well, Steven Adams is a formidable presence on the interior. Nice finish.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Timberwolves. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his second foul, and he can't afford to pick up a third.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. That one from long range.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Schroeder against Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. They get the rebound, and staying with the play, Anthony.
You know, and even when the play isn't for him, Anthony able to get on the glass and on the scoreboard.
Schroeder kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Schroeder. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 4. Anthony finds McCollum. Back to Anthony. Over Gallinari. Anthony's shot is off.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And it's Gallinari missing. And Whiteside's got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, that was a rough outing. They did a few good things, but the inconsistencies caught up to them in that one.
To be perfectly frank with you, Greg, I'm surprised it was as close as it was. I thought they were outclassed all night.
Here's Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 6, and good. He got the English that time as it falls. Anthony's got 8 points. Thunder trailing by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out. And let's review some numbers for Lillard. 8th in assists, 10th in scoring, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. And it's Gallinari missing. And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat grade from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Adams against Whiteside. Adams right side. There's Gallinari with the 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Now, when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter, third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
That free throw good from Anthony. Of course, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Talking about that win against the Timberwolves, he was definitely a major factor as well. Here's Baisley to stop the drought. Adams, the pass to Gallinari. Now, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Nurkic checked in for Anthony. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Schroeder against Lillard. McCollum outside. Lets it go from deep. Cans it from downtown.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. They trail by 11. Good D by McCollum. Portland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Hood drives in. That one goes. Count it.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Thunder trailing by 13. Schroeder looking around. Here's Gallinari, and Gallinari throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Lillard with no one around. Trailblazers keep it alive. No good. Shot missing. Deflects the pass. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Second, the Thunder.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder. Thunder trailing by 11.
Who's got daddy?
Now Schroeder. Pass to Baisley. And here is Noel. Out left to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. True on the 14-footer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Lillard against Schroeder. And it's Lillard missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Passes it to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Portland moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Unable to get that one. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Adams outside. Schroeder outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Schroeder. Averaging 17 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Here's McCollum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverley, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. So for the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Whiteside. Hezonja comes in for Hood, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Damian Lillard. And he's good on the second. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's a 13-point game. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
McCollum against Schroeder. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
On the wing, Robertson. Back to Schroeder. The tray. Rebound by Nurkic.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Here's Bazemore. It's rebounded by Robertson. Thunder trailing by 11. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. And yes, it's good. McCollum's got 9.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Schroeder against McCollum. And there's the pass to Muscala. Back to Robertson. Kicks it to Muscala. Clock at 4. It's good from long range. He's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Pass to Bazemore from past the arc. That one's not going to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Pass to Schroeder for 3. Collins grabs the miss. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers to the inside. Nurkic, beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Trailblazers lead by 12. Here's Schroeder. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Out to the right wing from downtown. Muscala misses. Portland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Bazemore with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Collins, good. .26 seconds left to play in the first. McCollum against Schroeder. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. 5 on the clock. From deep. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it? Never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
And so it's Portland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll return shortly. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Kent Bazemore is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Little. Then it's Hezonja. And it's Collins in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
And now, here's Hezonja. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Bazemore. He tries for 3. Little can't hit. And here's Robertson. Here's Paul. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
On the free throw, no good. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
For Portland, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good. McCollum. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Thunder trailing by 9. Here's Robertson. Over to the left wing. For the 3. Oklahoma City keeps it going, and his shot clock of 14 seconds. And it's Noel missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
That one falls.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
The Thunder have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Paul left side over McCollum. Here's Noel. Collins with some nice D.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Clearly a foul.
The Trailblazers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Both free throws good from Anthony. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Paul right side. Over McCollum. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 6 points for Chris Paul.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
McCollum dishes to Little. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Here's Ferguson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
McCollum against Paul. Passes it to Bazemore. Collins in the post. Portland again missing. Thunder trailing by 9. Gallinari left side. Now here's Robertson. He's covered by Bazemore. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Muscala. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Muscala's got 7 points in the game.
And the future Hall of Famer loves to dish the rock. Paul has a pass-first mentality. He makes everyone around him better.
Now here's McCollum. 29 points for him last game against the Lakers.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Anthony's shot is off. The Thunder have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Here's Gallinari. A second chance effort, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Portland. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That free throw good from Gallinari. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Bazemore. Steven Adams making his last shot. Drops in the tray. Little's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautiful. Lillard from outside, and another 3 for Portland.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Thunder trailing by 9. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul outside. Clock at 6. Here's the lob to Adams, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's Anthony with the jam.
It never ceases to amaze. Melo makes putting up big numbers like this look so effortless. What a performance.
And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. And he banks in the layup. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's Bazemore. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's stolen by Adams. Now Gallinari. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Thunder shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. The first free throw is good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Rodney Hood comes in for Little. Gallinari hits them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Lillard. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Outside Hood.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Over to the wing. And Lillard kicks to Hood. That one good for 2. Hood's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, how about the focus of Rodney Hood? The defense has got to feel helpless right now trying to match up with him in the post.
Thunder trailing by 9. Schroeder passes to Bazley. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 12. Bazemore passes to Nurkic. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here as Anya's checked in. With some arc, they get it back. Chalk up 2 there. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Adams finds Schroeder. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Now here's Schroeder following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Schroeder outside, shot clock at 6. Anthony on the double team. Gallinari left side.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Hood drives in. Lillard, and it's Lillard on the follow. And now an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Bazley, back to Gallinari. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Anthony. And now here's Hazonia. He's guarded closely. Lillard outside. Anthony against Schroeder. It's good. 16 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Melo just doing what he does best right there, a pure scorer.
Here's Schroeder. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Down low. Nurkic with the block.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
These are the top distributors of the basketball for the last 10 games as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Damian Lillard third.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
The Trailblazers have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
Noel's checked in for Gallinari. And he sinks the second. Thunder trailing by 14. Schroeder with the ball. Adams taking his time here. The pass to Noel. Here's Bazley, covered by Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They grab their own miss. And that one's good. Noel.
And honestly, you hope for more of this from Nerlens Noel moving forward. This guy must develop his interior game.
Outside Hood. There's 1:26 left now here in the second. Back to Lillard. There's the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
1:15 left to play here in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Pass to Bazley. Back to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good from the elbow.
Well, Dennis Schroeder taking advantage of the pick and roll action. Very good decision maker.
Lillard against Schroeder. And Lillard kicks to Hezonja. Pass to Carmelo. Back to Hezonja. A 3-ball. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
The Thunder shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Passes it to Adams. Three-pointer. And it's Schroeder missing. And here's Portland. They're on a 15-6 run. And here is Hezonja. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Lillard misses. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And we finished one half of basketball. Trailblazers lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Love the versatility of Lillard as a scorer. He hits from deep as anyone, and this side of Steph Curry, I'm not sure who else. And then, wait a minute, you overplay him, and he takes you right to the rim.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drill. Do not be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And it's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Bazley into the 3, the small forward.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anyone.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Paul. And so Paul nails both of them. So it's Portland now. At one point, they led by 16. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Here's McCollum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Three trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And the first one drops. And so McCollum nails both of them. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 14. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Over McCollum. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Steven Adams. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's putting up 9 points a game, 18 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
That free throw good from Lillard. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. The free throw is good from Lillard. Thunder trailing by 16. Here's the lob to Adams. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
I'll tell you, Adams becoming more and more of a target on the offensive end. Superb at sinking shots close to the rim because of his size.
Now, here's Lillard to the right side. Whiteside finds McCollum. Whiteside inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
And the first one at the line is good. And he can't hit the second. Thunder trailing by 15. Paul right side. Kept alive. Here's Adams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great tee that time from Hood.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
And once they rolled the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. Out left to the wing. Paul, no one around him. Misses off the left iron.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Rodney Hood just exposing the defense right now. If you lay off this guy, he's going to torch you with the pull-up jumper.
Now here's Paul. 10 points for him. 14 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Whiteside. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Thunder trailing by 17. Gallinari dishes to Paul. With the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup. Paul's got 14 points for the game.
And guys, when Paul kicks it up a notch, it's thrilling to watch. Always in attack mode. Great at looking for his shot and making the D pay.
Now here's McCollum. 12 points for him. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 5 assists tonight. Inside. Beasley, good.
Reason number 1, CP3 is out there, making strong passes, keeping the offense flowing.
Lillard against Paul. Here's Hood. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Lillard against Paul. Count that bucket. 16 points for him.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Here's Hood. It's deflected. Now Paul. 16 points for him. Beasley passes to Gallinari. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Portland no good that time either.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
Trailblazers leading by 14. Lillard from outside, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
For the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Anthony. Little comes in for Rodney Hood, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Damian Lillard. Paul. And that one is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's McCollum. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. The Young Wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with him.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 12. Bazemore on the wing. Lets it fly. Here's Collins. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
Noel's checked in for the Thunder. That one misses for Collins. And you look at Collins, able to protect the rim and space the floor offensively.
And fits that modern template for an NBA center. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's already making an impact.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Now here's Bazemore. Here's Little. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And Paul gets it to go in.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Bazemore passes to McCollum. Back to Bazemore. Fires for three. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 16. Paul surveying the floor. He feeds it to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
At his size, you simply cannot give up that kind of deep positioning to Nerlens Noel.
In the corner, Bazemore with it. Good on the triple. Bazemore's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Portland.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Paul against McCollum. Paul outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Muscala. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Muscala's got 10 points in the game. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Mario Hezonja subbed in for Little. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Schroeder's checked in. Now here's McCollum. He's got 12. It's McCollum on the wing from outside the arc. Buries it from three-point range. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Noel with it. He's got 12. And it's Paul missing. And here's Bazemore. Pass to Nurkic. Shoots. And again, it's Portland converted.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead. And that means his teammates are delivering.
Shooter kicks to Ferguson. Here's Noel. A rebound by Hezonja. Portland leading by 19. Now here's Bazemore. He's got 10. And McCollum now atop the key. Back to Bazemore. Puts up a 3. The Trailblazers rebound, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. And the Thunder making a switch here. Adams checked in. Thunder trailing by 19. Al Paul. 18 points for him. Takes the 13-footer. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And for Portland, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Collins dishes to Bazemore. That one goes in. Bazemore's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. With the floater, and the layup is up and in.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Passes to Hazania. Now Nurkic. Knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
And here's some numbers on Bazemore. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
This guy not just a jump shooter now. Dennis Schroeder more than happy to get inside and mix it up.
It's McCollum on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. Bazemore for 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
And the pass to Adams. Nurkic with the block. Bazemore passes to Hazania. Back to Bazemore. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
1:33 left in the third quarter. Paul against Bazemore. Adams outside. McCollum against Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Got a piece of it. Stolen by McCollum. To the paint. Here's Hazania. And finish off by Hazania.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
So it's the Thunder now. After the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Paul. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well. And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Noel. Here's Robertson. He kicks it to Schroeder. To halt the run, trains the three-pointer. Schroeder's got 9.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Bazemore. Pass to Hazania. Back to Bazemore from the arc. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Trailblazers out in front as they end the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Hazonia out there with Anthony Tolliver. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Collins. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's McCollum. No good on the shot. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Burton. The three-pointer off the mark. And for Portland, they're shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Shot by Collins, no good.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And finished off by Hazonia.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City shooting around 40% from the floor here. Patton kicks it over to Schroeder. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Clock at 6. Now the pass to Robertson. Launches a 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Lasagna, the pass to Tolliver. Pass to Simons. High arcing shot. 2 points. That one goes. Simons has got his first basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Both teams will make substitutions. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Kicks to Muscala. Ring shot on the way. And that one hits back iron. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
To the middle. Here's Patton, and he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Simons, the pass to Trent. Takes a 3. And it's Simons missing. Stolen. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Burton. Schroeder outside. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Burton. From deep, and the rejection by Collins. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Here's Simons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. Both good from the line that time. Oklahoma City's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Inside, Hatton. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
The pass to Trent. Now here's Collins. Pass to Trent. 5 to shoot. Simons, the pass to Little. They get it back. Another shot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Ferguson. Pass to Patton. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Here's Simons. Passes it to Trent. Right wing. From deep. Drills the three-pointer. Simons has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
And the technical free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Ferguson. The pass to Nader. Over Little. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Collins has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Little can't hit.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Nader kicks to Ferguson. Burton, the pass to Muscala. Just 4 to shoot. Shot from 12. Ferguson misses. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. A nice shot by Simons.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Ferguson. Doris, all right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game, but because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
And the second free throw, good. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Trent. Goes up on the wing. That one wide left. Oklahoma City's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. The shot by Nader, no good. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Burton. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Simons. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Ferguson kicks to Nader. Here's Burton. The three-pointer is right on target. Burton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Simons surveying the D. Pulls up. Shot by Collins, no good. Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Here's Ferguson. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Simons, the pass to Hazania. Shoots the 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Paul with the ball.
Yo, whose man is Chris?
Pass to Ferguson. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Passes it to Hazania. Collins trying to break free. And Hazania gets it to go. Hazania's got 9 points now in just the second half. The Thunder shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's Ferguson. And there's the pass to Burton. Paul outside, and they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Pass to Azania. Here's Simons over Paul. That's a miss, and with it, he is 5 for 9. Oklahoma City has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Nader the pass to Paul. Here's Burton. Hits the three-point bomb. Burton's got 6 here in this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Portland.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Damian Lillard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Nader the pass to Burton. Here's Ferguson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. 4 on the clock. Paul for 3. The offensive rebound. They shoot again. He takes it up and lays it in.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Simons, defended by Paul. Pass to Trent. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And here is Paul. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.